The one who works in the shadows. My name is Jacob. I never thought I'd tell this story, but I survived, and now I have a chance to share what happened that terrible night. Before that day, I worked for a small IT company on the outskirts of the city. Our office was located on the 9th floor of an old business center, a place most people wouldn't describe as particularly inviting. The building itself looked like it had seen better days. Its exterior walls were cracked, and some windows were boarded up. Despite its less than ideal appearance, our workspace inside was functional enough. Rows of cubicles lined with computers, meeting rooms scattered throughout, and a break room where we spent many coffee breaks complaining about deadlines or discussing weekend plans. We were a regular team: programmers, project managers, secretaries, and support staff. Every evening after 8 p.m., the office emptied out, leaving behind only the faint hum of servers and the occasional chirp of a mouse clicking away at automated tasks. By midnight, the entire building would be eerily silent, save for the distant sound of cars passing by outside. But everything changed one night. It happened exactly a month ago. That night, it was a Tuesday. I stayed late to finish an important project for a major client. We were under strict deadline pressure, and I knew missing this delivery could jeopardize my job. Around me, the office was almost deserted. Only 3 others remained. Steve, our senior developer; Emily, the project manager who always seemed to carry the weight of the world on her shoulders; and Mike, the system administrator, who often stuck around until absurd hours to ensure everything ran smoothly. Steve occupied the corner office, his door slightly ajar as he typed furiously into his keyboard. Emily sat across from me, reviewing documents while muttering to herself. And Mike? Well, Mike was somewhere near the server room, probably tinkering with wires or troubleshooting something only he understood. Around midnight, I heard a strange sound, a soft creaking noise coming from down the hall. At first, I dismissed it as the building settling, but then I noticed the lights flickering in Steve's office. His fluorescent tube blinked twice before going completely dark. Curiosity got the better of me. Setting aside my laptop, I stood up and cautiously approached his office. Before I could knock, another sound stopped me dead. In my tracks, a low growl, deep and guttural, emanating from within. My heart skipped a beat. What the hell? The first victim. Summoning whatever courage I could muster, I pushed open Steve's door. What I saw will haunt me forever. Steve lay sprawled on the floor, his body twisted unnaturally. Blood pooled beneath him, staining the carpet crimson. His face was frozen in an expression of sheer terror, his eyes wide and unblinking. Worse still, there were marks on his neck-deep gouges that looked more animalistic than human. Whatever killed him wasn't ordinary. I wanted to scream, but no sound came out. Instead, I stumbled backward, nearly tripping over my own feet. As I turned to run, a chilling laugh echoed through the hallway. It wasn't human, it sounded mechanical, cold, and deliberate. Each note resonating like gears grinding together. Panic surged through me. Without thinking, I bolted back to my cubicle, slamming the door shut behind me. My hands trembled as I locked it, though I knew deep down it wouldn't do much good against whatever was out there. A predator among us. Hiding under my desk, I pulled out my phone to call 911. But when I tried dialing, nothing happened. No signal, no Wi-Fi, not even Bluetooth. Everything was dead. Then I heard it, the unmistakable sound of footsteps approaching. They weren't hurried or frantic. Instead, they moved with calculated precision, each step deliberate and measured. Whoever or whatever was hunting us wasn't rushing. It was savoring the moment. When the steps reached my door, they paused. A long, drawn-out silence followed, during which I swore I could feel its presence hovering just beyond the wood. Then came the screeching, a slow, deliberate scraping against the metal frame of the door. Each scrape sent shivers down my spine, making me wonder how much longer the lock would hold. Finally, the footsteps retreated, fading into the distance. For a brief moment, I allowed myself to breathe again. But I knew it wasn't over. More victims. Moments later, another scream pierced the air. This time, it was Emily. Her voice carried desperation and fear, cutting short mid-sentence as if she'd been silenced abruptly. I wanted to go to her, to see if she needed help, but logic held me back. If I left my hiding spot, I'd become the next target. Instead, I waited, listening intently for any sign of movement. After several agonizing minutes, silence returned once more. The kind of silence that feels heavier than noise, pressing down on your chest until you can barely breathe. Mike's warning. Eventually, I couldn't take it anymore. Crawling out from under my desk, I crept toward the stairwell, hoping to find an escape route. On the way, I passed Mike slumped against the wall near the server room. He was alive, but barely. "Jacob," he whispered hoarsely, blood trickling from a gash on his forehead. "You need to get out of here." "What is it?" I demanded, kneeling beside him. "Or what is doing this?" Mike hesitated, glancing nervously over his shoulder. When he finally spoke, his words sent ice coursing through my veins. "It's not human," he rasped. "It's older. Something ancient. Don't let it touch you." Before he could say more, his eyes rolled back into his head, and he collapsed unconscious. Clutching his phone and car keys, I sprinted toward the fire exit, praying I wasn't too late. The stalker revealed. Once outside, I glanced back at the building, half expecting to see it watching me. And maybe it was. Because every now and then, when I glance out the window of my new apartment late at night, I swear I catch sight of something moving in the shadows, something tall, thin, and unnatural. Its skin gleams pale in the moonlight, etched with glowing symbols that pulse like a heartbeat. Its eyes burn red, piercing through darkness like lasers. And sometimes, if I listen closely, I can hear it laughing. That same cold mechanical laughter that chased me through the halls of the office that night. They never found the bodies. Just traces of blood smudged across the carpet, like breadcrumbs marking the path of a predator. The police didn't believe me when I told them what I saw. To them, it was probably just a disturbed janitor or someone looking to rob the place. But I know better, because it's still out there, still working in the shadows, still waiting. And sometimes, when I stay late at the new office, I think I hear it again, soft footsteps echoing through the empty halls, growing louder with every passing second.